What's up, everybody? This is the Man of Steel, Mike Verna, and you are listening to the 3 Count Podcast.
I knew that she raised one icon. All of your hate won't change now.
Welcome, everybody, to another great edition of the 3 Count Presents Now Entering the Ring. I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, as always, because, no one else wants to pick up the slack around the podcast studio. Anyway, let's go down our roster. No. We're not interrupting the intro today. First up, he is the oldest man living alive. He's been over 100,000 years old. Jesus owes him money still, even after the crucifixion. But death doesn't forget, and neither does this man. Give it up for the Dark One, Damien Fatal.
And I'm still going to get my money, by the way.
I guess apparently it was 7 pieces of silver. I didn't know that. But
No, 7 pieces of gold.
Oh, okay.
Interest.
I'm sorry. 7 pieces of gold.
Yeah, interest.
Next up, he is my longest friend. We've known each other since high school. We have cried, we have fought, we have sweat, we've bled on foreign soil. He is a veteran. He is the man, the myth, the legend. Give it up for Lou, the franchise.
AEW is still better than WWE.
Oh my God, we are still on there. We're still on. Yo, this is a whole new interview. Like, they don't even know that episode, man. Like, we have to go back for that. Anyway, this is the 3 Count Presents Now Entering the Ring, which means one thing: we have a special guest for you. Buenos estas noches aquí con our new amigo and amiga. Bueno, Lola, the adventurer.
Hola. I love your Spanish. That was so good. Muy bien.
Nah, mi español es así. Pero estoy un panameño, so I guess it makes sense.
Míralo.
But thank you for taking time out of your day to come join us on our show.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, so definitely, we were just talking before the show. I was watching Devotion Championship Wrestling. I have just been introduced to it, so I'm still catching up on a lot of episodes. And I saw you, and I was like, yo, this character is one of the most intriguing characters I've ever seen. And I was like, I have to get her on the show the best that I can. So I wanted this interview pretty bad. And so I'm glad that you decided to come on with us.
That's funny. Yeah, thank you so much.
So we're going to get started. This is how it works. We have a series of questions that we're going to ask you. It'll be me, then Damien, and then Lou. And then we have what are called our world famous 10 count questions. Don't worry, it's the easiest test you'll have to take. But I start off every interview the same way. So tell us, who is Lola the Adventurer?
Lola the Adventurer, who loves going on adventures. Just kidding. No. Well, she is inspired by Dora the Explorer. And so she loves making new friends, and also she cares about friends, and she enjoys wrestling. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say my introduction to her was you had a clip on your IG, and I believe you had asked the ref if the bell rang. They said no. You kicked the dude right in the groin, and then drop kicked him. And I was like, this is the greatest way to enter. This is the greatest way to have any intergender match, ever.
He was bigger than me. What else was I supposed to do?
Hey, you had it right. But then your promos are obviously, as you mentioned, right, is Dora the Explorer is your inspiration, but your promos are just in line. I'm like, yo, my daughter has seen your promos, and she is just like, wow, she really is Dora.
Oh, I love that.
So my next question for you is going to be, what's the hardest part about being a wrestler?
The hardest part, I think just believing in yourself, knowing that that you can do things, and just to push away those fears that you would have in your head, or comparisons, or just just those negative voices that sometimes bring you down. I feel like that's kind of been difficult for me personally. But then there's also physically too, because I am smaller, I feel like I have to work harder.
No, I get that. I get that a lot. Yeah, it's funny because like I always when I see other shows, I see all the guys and they're like over 6'3". I'm like 5'10". I'm like, yo, I just imagine myself at 6 foot, and I'm not gonna be there. So what made you want to get into the business?
You know, like a lot of wrestlers say this, been watching it all my life type of thing. But yeah, I've been watching it since I was little, and it was something that I've just always wanted to do. And I went into it when I was 16. My mom really wasn't a fan of that, so she pulled me out. And then 7 years later, I came back, and she supports me now, so that's good.
All right, sidebar question to this question.
Yeah.
Who introduced you to wrestling?
Who introduced me to wrestling? My dad. It was actually it was Sunday mornings on Telemundo. So I remember like watching like the storyline between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio over Dominic. And so that was just something that like always stuck with me. And then we like kind of stopped watching it for a little bit. Well, so my dad, actually, to get personal here, he's in prison right now. But I didn't really, I was young, so I just honestly didn't remember like what channel or what time it was on or whatever. But then one Sunday morning, Telemundo was on, and WWE was on. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I remember this. Like, I used to watch this. And so I was like, man, I want to know the schedule. So I went to like WWE.com, wrote down like all the schedule, Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and ECW. And like I would just watch it every single day. I was hooked. So yeah.
That's awesome. I was gonna say it was my tia for me. I was watching Saturday morning, and it was Jake the Snake Roberts. I've told the story on the show before, but I don't really mind. I like telling it anyway. I watched Jake the Snake Roberts let his Cobra bite Macho Man in the bicep. That was the first time I got introduced to wrestling, so it was really cool. And then I moved to Panama, and then from there, my abuelo, he was into it, so he like always like had me watching it. So I always
Yeah.
it was my favorites.
From Panama?
Mm-hmm. My mom's from Panama, and we moved down there for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, my
That's
dad was in something I haven't told on the story though is my dad was military, so I'm a military brat as well as a veteran as well. So we moved
That
around.
explains a lot.
Yeah. Yes, that explains a lot, Damien.
A lot.
Fuck you guys. Anyway. What's one thing, yeah, whatever, man. You all know what this show's about. What's one thing that you think is missing from the business?
one thing that's missing from the business. It's a good question. Let's see. I think honestly, I feel like characters. A lot of characters. So I feel like there's a lot of people who wrestle and who do it very well, but I feel like it's like character is just so important. So, yeah, more characters.
Oh, I like it. And then my last question for you, and it's a popular one. What kind of advice would you give to up and coming wrestlers?
Um, to know who you are. Because not only is it important for yourself, but also to figure out your gimmick and how you can connect to your gimmick and your character. And not only that, but also, as I mentioned before, when there are, let's say, people telling you things, or maybe you're just in your head, you can just, if you know who you are, I feel like it's just an easier process to just block those things out. So get to know yourself, figure who you are.
I like it. All right, Damien, you're up, man.
Alrighty. Um, See, since Cliff stole like half my questions,
Aw.
let's see. What is your favorite match of all time? Like the match that you watch over and over?
Oh my gosh. Okay, my favorite match is an ECW match. It's with Mick Foley, Terry Funk. There was Edge, Lita, and Tommy Dreamer and Beulah. And it was just like this hardcore match. Like Beulah gets speared at the very end. It's yeah. I love hardcore matches. So,
All right.
mhm.
I can do that.
Um, let's see. Who are your top 5 wrestlers of all time? Like, yeah.
Top 5. Okay. Like Edge, Shawn Michaels, um, Jeff Hardy, um, Melina, and Mickey James.
All right. All right. I like those 5. I can dig with those 5. Let's see. So, all right. So your character work is amazing, by the way. I
Thank
just
you
want to
so
put that
much.
out there. So, like, how long did it take you to like figure it out? Like, figure out this is what the character that you want to do.
Um, it was actually one of my trainer's idea. Because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So, I guess it was, um, let's see, maybe like 5 or 6 months since I started training and thinking about it. But so here's the story. I my real name, my shoot name starts with the letter L, and so he told me that I reminded him of Dora, and so he would just call me Laura every single time during training. And so one day, um, they were like why don't you just try like this Dora thing, like So then I tried it. Everyone loved it, and so I stuck with it. And I didn't realize that I have a lot of things in common with Dora. And the movie came out too, so that was really cool.
All right. And my last question is, what do you want your legacy to be in business?
My legacy be, man, I want to say that not only was I a good worker in the ring, but also backstage, someone who is just really helpful and that cares for everyone.
Right. Cool. All right, Lou,
Uh,
it's you, man.
Hi, Lola.
Hello.
Can I have your autograph?
Aw, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Whenever I see you, that would be great. I love.
No, but for real. My first question is, it's day of show. You just wrestled. What are you eating after you wrestled?
Oh man. So popcorn chicken.
Yes. Let's go.
That's just always what I order after a show. It's popcorn chicken.
Okay. My next question is, what's the hardest you've been hit?
What's the hardest? Oh, okay. So, um, one of the moves that I do is a hurricanrana off of a second rope. And so I I jumped on one of the girls' shoulders, and she kind of stumbled back, and um, she like power bombed me because she just couldn't, because she was falling too, and so I hit my head on the mat. And that night, I think I had 4 matches. So, and that was my very first match that night. Um, I I don't remember my other matches really. I just remember trying to really focus on my second match and trying to remember things. And but from what I heard, it was a really, really good match. And so I still haven't watched it. It hasn't been released yet, but I'm curious to see how it looked, because I don't remember anything. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. Cool, cool. All right. So we're gonna get a little personal here. What motivates you to continuously to improve in the ring?
What motivates me? I think just I've I've kind of been a person that doesn't like giving up. Um, so there's that, but not only that, but I have a niece who I love so much, and I just want to be an example not only to her but also for my family that's in Peru, that that I can do something that I love, and that they can also pursue something that they love to do. So, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Thanks.
That's all. That's all your questions, Lou.
That's 3.
All right then. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
I thought
not.
that was 2.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
because can I have your autograph? I forgot. That's his.
oh, that's the
Hey,
okay.
that's technically 4 questions then.
Okay. That's
Okay.
like his comment. All right. It's cool. It's cool. I was like, so anyway, that's all of our like hard hitting questions for Lola. But now we get into some serious business here, because it's time for the world famous 10 count questions.
Oh man.
So it goes like this. We're going to fire off 10 questions at you. First thought that comes to your mind. And we're going to put on the imaginary timer. Bing! There it goes. With our first question being Raw or SmackDown?
SmackDown.
Night owl or early bird?
Night Owl.
Favorite movie?
Shrek.
Yo, let's go. Too hot or too cold?
Too hot to handle.
I can dig it. Friday night, what are you doing?
Oh, Friday night. Probably dancing somewhere, even if it's in my.
I like it.
All right, here comes the first tough question. Rey Mysterio or Eddie Guerrero?
Oh my gosh. Oh, why?
This is a pass-fail question, by the way.
Really? Okay. Okay, Eddie.
Oh,
It's cool. We can't all pick the right answers. All right.
Wow, the right answers.
his favorite wrestler is Rey Mysterio. That's why.
Oh,
Okay, I like
okay.
Eddie too.
But
It's all good.
but to be fair, I'm a huge Eddie. I'm an Eddie fan as well, and we've actually had his daughter on the show. So
Oh wow, that's awesome. Did you ask her that question too?
no, this is the first time this question's ever been asked. I would have already known, but we did
Oh.
ask her who has the
Okay.
best frog splash, and she was like me.
Good one.
All right, back to the list. Favorite podcast.
Favorite podcast. The Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast.
You know what? We'll take that. We'll take that.
Definitely.
Stone Cold. It's Stone Cold. Also acceptable answers. The New Day, right? Feel the Power, and then the 3 Count Podcast. That would also be an acceptable answer. I love
Man, I think all these wrong. I thought you said it was going to be easy.
I love these setup questions because hey, it's an opinion based. First of all, there's no wrong answers. Anyway, Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Okay, perfect. And then nominate one person for this podcast.
Ooh, William Cutting.
Bet. You hear? She called you out by name. We're finding you, William. And then last but not least, my favorite question to ask every single person on this podcast. Favorite curse word.
Oh my gosh. That's my favorite curse word.
I'll take it. I love it. So with that being said, that's 10 count questions. So Lola, do us a big favor. Let our listeners and our viewers know where they can find you.
Yeah. So you can find me on Facebook with Hola Lola. And then on Instagram, Lolas.bigadventure. Also TikTok, Lolas.bigadventure.
Actually, I think I just started following you on TikTok as well.
I'm following you.
Really? Okay, I need to add you. I need to see your TikToks.
Yeah. We'll talk about off air. My TikToks are wild.
Do you-
All right.
Do you do like of the like dancing ones or no?
Not as much, but I have done a few of the 2 different dances and stuff like that.
Some of us fall down in stores.
Yeah. That happened. That he did that. He fell in the store. But with that being said, though, this is the 3 Count Podcast. I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, here with the Dark One, Damien, with the franchised one, Lou, and then, of course, now entering the ring, Lola, the adventurer. And tune into the next episode and be there or be somewhere else. What's going on, 3 Count Nation? I'm Clifford Red Dog Miller with the catchphrase. But what I really want you to do right now, go to twitter.com, right? Go over there, find us at the 3 Count _ pod, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a comment. We want to talk to you guys. Go to IG at the 3 Count pod. Give us a like, give us a follow, leave us a comment. We want to interact with you. Go to youtube.com, give a subscribe, turn the bell on, turn the notifications, leave a comment. We want to talk to you. Go to anchor.fm / the 3 Count Podcast, and in there, you can leave us a message, and we will talk to you. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that we want to talk to you. We want to have fun with you guys, and we love listening to what you guys have to say. Also, one thing I need you to do for me, the 3 Count Podcast also has merchandise. Oh! At prowrestlingtees.com / the 3 Count Pod. Please go buy our t-shirts. We love you guys, and we hope you love us too. So show us some support, please.